Good evening, interpersonal communication classmates. My name is Malcolm Gamble, and once again I'm broadcasting to you from Al-Assad, Iraq. And tonight's demonstration is going to be on the proper maintenance, cleaning of the M4 rifle. Like the M16 rifle, the M4 is accurate and efficient, but it's only as accurate and efficient when it's properly maintained, free of dust and debris. Now if you find yourself in a dense jungle or sub-zero temperatures or the blistering hot desert, proper maintenance can save lives of yourself and those around you. So what I want to go into is the steps to properly maintain this weapon. The first thing you're going to do, and I say this because of experience, is make sure that you are within a green zone or a safe zone, because I've actually been on convoys outside the wire when people decided that that was the time they were going to start cleaning their weapons because they forgot, which is completely unsatisfactory. So we're in this green zone, we're in the safe zone, and we're going to start from here. So first thing you want to do is make sure there's no rounds so you don't accidentally fire a shot, killing yourself or someone around you. So we pull the charging handle back, there's no rounds in here. So the first thing we're going to do is separate the upper receiver and the lower receiver by these two pins that hold it together. Just like so. So for now I'm going to put the lower receiver down and work with the upper receiver. So the upper receiver houses the barrel, the sight fixtures, and the hand guards. And there's other attachments that can go on here, such as scopes and bayonets. So what I'm going to do now is pull out the charging handle and the bolt assembly. This bolt assembly is potentially the most important part of this weapon. I'm going to set this down here, and I'm going to remove the charging handle and set this down. Now the upper receiver is basically apart. So now we're going to move down to the lower receiver. This lower receiver houses the trigger assembly right here and the magazine well, and also the buffer spring, which takes all the recoil back and will leave your shoulder without a bruise. So what I want to do is take out the buffering spring, like so, set that down, and take these apart, just like that. So remember, this is a field cleaning. I know there's some CBs and other service members in there judging me right now that I'm not naming off everything, but this is just for field cleaning purposes. So here we go. I'm going to take the bolt assembly, which breaks down a little bit more, but I'm not doing a thorough cleaning. So I'm going to dust this off, get rid of all the dust and debris. And I can notice that I myself have been slacking lately. I'm going to take the charging handle, just wipe it off a little bit, good to go. And take the rest of the upper assembly and look inside for debris and dust, which mine has plenty of, so I myself am unsat. I'm going to clean it out. Everything looks good to go. Set that down. I'm going to take the lower receiver, make sure this magazine well is clear and free of debris. So the last thing you want is to be loading a magazine and having a jam. If that looks good, I'm going to pull the trigger and lift this hammer up a little bit. Clean the insides out, clean the inside here, and that's good. Now I'm going to take the spring, make sure all the dust and debris is off of here. This as well. And now we're ready for reassembly. Pretty simple stuff here. So I'm going to grab the upper assembly and the charging handle, put it in there like so. Grab the bolt assembly, do just like that. It's good to go. Put the charging spring back together. Now as I put this back together, I can hear that it's free of dust inside here, which is good for the recoil in your chest. So now I have the upper assembly assembled and the lower assembly assembled. I'm going to connect the two. Put the pins back together. And of course it's giving me a little bit of trouble, and we're all set. So what I'm going to do now is pull the charging handle back a little bit, a few times, and make sure it's functional. And we are good to go. Properly maintained weapon. Field maintained. So what I want to conclude with is cleaning your weapon on a regular basis is more important than you think. Some folks out here get complacent and lazy when it comes to their weapons. Applying these simple steps that I showed you today can potentially change the way that you come back to America. When the time comes that you have to pull this trigger, you don't want to be the one in the line of fire that hears. That's the worst thing that you could hear. So do yourself and your buddies a favor and keep these weapons clean. Thank you for watching. I'm Malcolm Gamble, and I will see you for the interview.